Why should I pray to God if he already knows what I'm going to say? Hey guys, it's me again, Douglas, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about talking to God. Yeah, and talking to God is what we call prayer. So if you are praying, you're talking to God. And I've always kind of wondered, because God knows everything, right? God is here, and he knows me. He knows me better than I know myself. He knows you more than you know yourself. He knows what's going on in your life. He knows what happened before. He knows what's happening now, and he knows what's going to happen in the future. But the Bible says that we should pray to God. And aside from just saying that we should pray to God, there's all kinds of situations where we see people praying to God. But if he already knows what we're going to say, why does it even matter? Well, I was thinking about this idea, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of family Christmas, or Thanksgiving for that matter, or birthdays, or whenever my mom's side of the family, we all get together. It's always a great time. I love getting together at my grandma's house, and my aunts and my uncles and my cousins, and we all get together, and it's a good time. And we always tell stories. And it's always the same stories. It seems like every year, once a year, or maybe even more than once a year, we get together and we tell these stories. And we always tell the story of the time my uncle, he thought that there was a bear in the backyard, but it was just a squirrel. Or we always tell the story of the time that one 4th of July where we had a firework that was this big, big firework and it was supposed to go up into the sky and explode, but instead it just exploded on the ground. We all went running and we were super scared, but nobody got hurt. And we've got tons and tons of these stories that we always tell. And it doesn't matter to us that we know what the story is. We still always love getting together, and we always love telling these stories, even though we know them. And when my grandma starts to tell a story, none of us are like, "Oh, Grandma, we've heard this story 100 times. We don't want to hear it anymore." No, we love hearing these stories from my grandma, or from any of us who remember these stories. And I think it's the same way with God. It's not like if I say, "Dear God, I had kind of a hard day." It's not like God is going to be up there like, "Oh, Douglas, I know you had a hard day. I'm sitting right here with you. I saw everything. You don't need to tell me what kind of a hard day you had. I know exactly what kind of a hard day you had." God still wants to hear from us because he loves us. And you were made to be in relationship with God. God doesn't need us, but he loves us very much. And we need him very, very much. And so, yeah, you can't surprise God. That doesn't mean you shouldn't tell him how you're doing. That doesn't mean you shouldn't go to him with your questions and your concerns and your feelings. You were made to be in relationship with God. And so that's my challenge to you guys today, is that you would talk to God. Tell him how you're doing. Thank him for what he's done for you. Tell him about your hopes and your dreams and your hurts. Because God would love to hear from you. God would love to have that relationship with you. And you were made to serve and worship and be in relationship with God. Hey guys, I hope you liked this video. And hey, in the comment section, I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys have any stories that you always tell? It might end up being, like a long comment, but I want to hear them. I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys have any fun stories that you and your family likes to tell each other, or you and your friends like to tell each other when you get together? Because, just because people know the story doesn't necessarily mean that they don't want to hear it, right? I think it's great telling stories. So I want to hear from you guys. Do you have any fun stories that you always like to tell when you get together with your friends or family?